For the third day in a row, a fragile calm holds between the United States and Iran. Fighting has been paused since Friday, ending 13 straight nights of intense tit-for-tat strikes. However, despite the lull, the situation in the region remains highly volatile. Against this backdrop, Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu is set to meet President Donald Trump at the White House on Tuesday. They last met in February, and it is their first face-to-face meet since February, which is just days before joint US and Israeli strikes against Iran sparked the current conflict. Since then, cracks have emerged in the alliance. Reports of an explosive phone call in June, where President Trump reportedly called Netanyahu crazy, highlighted the growing friction. But Netanyahu has tried to brush these off as mere tactical disagreements.
We will discuss all the issues on the agenda, foremost among them Iran. Of course, our goal is to safeguard our security while also expanding the circle of peace around us.
At Tuesday's meeting, Netanyahu is expected to present new intel on Iran's secret Pickaxe Mountain nuclear facility. Israeli intel reports Iran has buried thousands of centrifuges deep underground, making them nearly impossible to destroy from the air. In fact, according to New York Post, US forces have even prepared contingency plans for a possible ground operation aimed at securing enriched uranium believed to be stored inside the mountain. However, executing such a mission would dramatically expand the war. For his part, President Trump is pushing for diplomacy, at least for now.
I have plenty of time. Their whole shoreline's wiped out. The strait is in very good shape. And we're talking right now. You know, they wanted to talk. The people said, please don't shoot last night, the night before, 2 nights. Don't do it. You know, we're having good talks. So we'll see what happens. I think there's a good chance that something could happen.
Speaking in Michigan, President Trump claimed Washington and Tehran are actively discussing a deal, but Iranian officials firmly deny any talks are taking place.
Yes, intermediaries may convey messages from the American side to us regarding ongoing developments in the region, but at present, we are not engaged in any negotiations with the United States.
Israel has not taken part in the latest round of hostilities between the United States and Iran, which flared earlier this month after an April ceasefire had collapsed. Reports suggest Washington has urged Netanyahu to hold back to avoid triggering an all-out regional war. It's a caution shared by Gulf allies who fear renewed Israeli strikes could actually prompt Tehran to target their critical energy infrastructure. In fact, during the latest round of hostilities, Iran has also not targeted Israel. Iran last fired a barrage of ballistic missiles at Israel on the first week of June, launched in retaliation for Israeli strikes in Beirut. This prompted a brief exchange of fire before the halt was brokered. All right, so as we speak, all eyes are going to be on the meet that will take place between Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu and President Donald Trump. And on the top of agenda is going to be the latest developments with respect to Iran-US tensions. It's even being said that Israel is reportedly going to submit an intel which is on a nuclear facility located in the Pickaxe Mountain near Tehran. All right, we will shortly go across to Hussein Ibrahimi as well. He'll be joining us live from Tehran. And as we speak, there is a consecutive night of halt in strikes as well as retaliatory strikes on part of both Iran and the US. All right, joining us live from Tehran is Hussein Ibrahimi. He is a PhD candidate at University of Tehran. Appreciate you joining us on the broadcast. First up, give us a sense of the sentiment on ground in Tehran. Anything you are learning with respect to the strategy of the Iranian forces going forward?
Thanks for having me. Yes, the situation right now is quite complex. And we know that Benjamin Netanyahu has gone to the United States to visit Donald Trump. And of course, many analysts said that it will be a great moment for these two countries to allocate the system of what they're going to do and what are the plans for the future. If there will be attacks, what will be the future of the attacks for them? And so we should keep it in mind. But the thing that is important here from this side is
So, not sure if you can hear us, but there seems to be an audio glitch. We will try and fix that in just a bit, but as we speak, all eyes, as we mentioned, are going to be on that meet between Netanyahu and President Trump. In fact, Netanyahu has already arrived. And with this, the focus is going to be centered around talks with respect to Iran-US tensions. At the center of discussion is going to be the specific intel input that will be shared reportedly by Israel with the US regarding a nuclear facility where enriched uranium is stored. This is in the Pickaxe Mountain region. We're not sure if Ibrahimini is still with us. Ibrahimini, if you can hear us, hypothetically, if one were to assume that US is preparing for a major ground operation in Iran, is the Iran military well prepared to counter the attack on part of the US forces?
Thanks. I think the problem will solve. And yes, the answer is that from Iran, yes, Iran people saying that they're quite ready for another round of severe attacks from the Israel or the So Iranian side, yes, they will say that Iran is ready for another round of battle, and we could see what will happen in the near future.
Right, there seems to be a network problem. Yes, point taken, but we'll try and connect with a better audio connection maybe. For now, that's the latest that we are learning. Let's shift our focus.